Now what we enter into is a model of buying behavior. So there are various models that exist. We will be studying not all of them. The pre-selected two models that we will be selecting out of this year. The Howard-Sheth model is essentially a powerful model out here, which has been developed by an Indian, Jagdish Sheth, in collaboration with Howard. So therefore it is known as the Howard-Sheth model. Many of his books are on the subject of economy, and he's still a recognized author today. These are separate models for group consumer behavior. So this talks about group consumer behavior and the organizational buying behavior. So it refers to not necessarily a single individual consumers, but a category or a group of consumers, and especially also the organizational buying behavior. That is what this model tackles. So in this model, the decision is said to be influenced by four major set of variables. One is the input, the second is the perceptual and learning construct that happens, the output and external variables. So this is what a diagrammatic representation, not that we will be getting into the detailing out of it, but I'm just trying to pinpoint for you. So input, so here's an input, okay. Then comes the perceptual and learning construct. So I will now go straight perceptual learning construct, perceptual construct and a learning construct, and the output. Okay, so that's the output and external variables. So there will be a lot of external variables that will be present. So one need to really look at that. So under stimulus, input is stimulus. So various stimulus are given, significant, symbolic, social, etc. Perceptual construct is about various perception building aspects. So attention, stimuli that you receive, etc. Learning construct, that is how the learning is constructed and choices are made. And output, whether purchase, intention, attitude change, brand comprehension and brand attention, etc. What is it that you are looking out as an output? So that's how the construction of this model is all about. We will take the basic information about each one of them. Input is nothing but the stimuli to create a desire or make a consumer aware about the gap in his life leading to the purchase decision. Significant stimuli are always a tangible characteristics of the product. But if the services which are generally intangible, that's why the effort is made to tangibilize it, because tangibility gives a powerful stimuli. Symbolic stimuli are intangible, so they are given in a symbolic manner that influence the perception any which ways. Okay. So you talk about quality, that quality is just a conversation. Nobody is able to feel it. But yes, there are certain other ways by which the quality can be conveyed. So Indigo says 90% arrival on time, or DHL says by 99 percentage of express delivery happened in the given time, etc. So that's where the quality comes out. So that's however a symbolic in nature. So the actual price may be a significant stimulus. So what is the actual price? High low price itself is a stimulus. Some people would like to buy costly item because they feel that their social self-image gets better when they do that. So social groups like family, reference group, social class are the social stimuli, and they also provide you some kind of a tickle, or some kind of a need to recognize your problem and get into fulfilling the need. So these are various stimuli that act on an individual. He then gets into perceptual and learning construction. So perceptual construction separately and learning separately. These are psychological variables. So they are like more to do with the mind, motivation, attitude formation, perception that I build about, etc. My persona, vis-a-vis the brand persona matching or not, etc. These are all perceptual thing I try to. So whether I'm able to see it the way they want me to see it, that's a perceptual construct that is important. So marketers should try and see that the perceptual construct that the customer does is as expected by them. That's the crux of it. Okay. Ambiguity, if any, that remains in your encoding will translate into a major disconnect. So understanding the Howard-Sheth model a little better, perceptual and learning construct. Learning construct is a construct which is based on information, based on the input, based on assessment of the stimuli vis-a-vis my cognitive ability, etc. what I construct for you. So that's what perceptual bias makes him distort the information. However, in my mind there may be certain biases against you, that will distort the way I learn about you. This interpretation of the stimuli results in comprehension, collective comprehension of the brand. High rating, high rating builds up his confidence, resulting in a purchase. So if you construct things well and it connects well, you get a higher order preference, and that preference building will translate into a favorable decision making. So that's the second part. Output is the purchase decision that a guy takes, which is an output that you are looking at. You may be looking at a specific objective driven output. Here, say what has been mentioned is a trial. You are trial encouraging, or your brand awareness you are encouraging, or a brand relationship you are building. So what is it? Or just reinforcement that you are attempting. Or an offer you are trying to reach out to him. So what is it that you are looking at as an output? So what is that call to action that has been accepted or needed by you? That's an output that you look at. So the request made to refer to the output model of purchase decision, which is there, not been explained here in a presentation as such. Then comes the external variable, which is what else may influence the buying behavior. These are not part of his decision making process necessarily, but are the improvements to the extent that it may influence the buyer. Okay, this differs from buyer to buyer and include like a status, relevance of the product to him, social class, traits that he pursues, what is he want to convey using this product, what is he looking out of the product, etc. So those are some of the other aspects. So these are those external variables. They do not form a major part of either his buying process or even in his decision making this thing as such, but they do at times support or obstruct his decision making. Therefore, one need to also know such aspects, if any, which is worthwhile attending. So that's for Howard-Sheth model. So we come back to post-purchase behavior. So as you know that Howard-Sheth model, and there was another model which we will study. These are the models which essentially are driven towards buying decision behavior, and this particular part is overall coming under decision making cycle only process. But post-purchase, we took this after the post-purchase because initially I wanted you to understand these 5 stages, and then I got into different buying model behavior, and then we got into this type of 2 models, which is Howard-Sheth and there is other one. And so we completed Howard-Sheth model understanding.